It is my high honor this morning to present to you a gentleman that has led 9,000 combat troops into battle. He will be our next Adjutant General of South Carolina. Please join me in welcoming Major General Robert E. Livingston.
We've got 5 major issues I see today facing our National Guard. And those are the things I will concentrate on. First one is our federal mission. We have a very determined enemy that will not quit until all of Western influence is removed from the old caliphate. And I'm not talking about Muslims, I'm talking about Sunni extremists. 2 different categories. And they are deadly, they are determined, and they got money. But we'll be fighting that enemy for a while. And we have other enemies that envy our way of life, despise our way of life, and we will continue to have to deal with that for the foreseeable future. So I'm going to be prepared as Adjutant General to deploy anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 troops in support of our national defense. We're at 30% mobilization right now. That means we'll have about 70% always in our state to take care of our state needs. Second issue is our state. We've got to be prepared to deal with consequence management in the event of a natural or man-made disaster. The National Guard troops report to the civilian government. So when we come into Summerville, we're not coming in to take over things. We're coming over here to support you, give you some advice. We're going to give you a military advisor, tell you what we're capable of doing, tell you how we might want to, how we would do something, but you're in charge. Third issue, talked about the commitment of our National Guard to our federal mission to the defense of our nation. Our young men and women have said, we will be that last line of defense. We will stand up and do the right things. So we don't ask for pity. We don't ask for somebody to feel sorry for what we've done, because we've done the right thing, and we feel good about that. But we have asked a lot of our men and women, and we have created situations for them that we need to help them with. And so we have to reach out to those families before, during, and especially after deployments. Fourth issue, the National Guard contributes to our state economy almost $1 billion. And our 218th Brigade, when I took them to Afghanistan, that group you see standing in the form of that patch, was declared the best trained brigade that General Honore had ever seen, who was the guy that certified all brigades going over there. Our 169th Fighter Wing has been time and time recognized as the best fighter wing in the world. Our engineers, they were some of the first people into Fallujah when things were not so pleasant there. We have a tradition of excellence. That means we can grow. That means we can bring in more units to serve our state mission, as well as us being able to serve South Carolina, as well as economic development. But even deeper than that, I can bring my troops back from a combat zone. They bring educational benefits with them. I can pair those educational benefits up with local employers. I'll train soldiers to do your work. And I'm also going to offer you the most dedicated people you have ever seen in your life. People who are used to working in hard conditions. People who are not used to coming in at 8 o'clock in the morning, but are used to coming in at 5 o'clock in the morning and leaving it after midnight. Fifth issue, we're going to have to deal with some economic realities. And I have always said this about our military, both at the federal and state level. We're really good at what we do. We're not very efficient. And as a business person, as I look and see, and people say, you know, we need to spend this money because it's your end of year money, and by George, they won't give it to us next year. I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? I just gave you that money as a taxpayer And now you're trying to spend it just so you can get your budget for next year. We got to break out of that paradigm. But we don't want to tell Washington we don't care about our military because we're not spending money on them. But on the other hand, we've got to exercise fiscal responsibility. And those are some things that I see as opportunities. Those of you who are in business, you know tough times, they're tough. They really are. But they also bring opportunity for out the back end. So I see that. So thank you all very much. It's great to be with you, and look forward to serving your